I found the perfect lights for my renovation in France. But before we get to the lights, I finally got down to ripping down the worktop that I had in two. It was a 1.8 metre length, 6 foot length of oak effect worktop. And I decided one part of it would be sort of a breakfast bar just by the back door, next to the buffet, which makes up the base units for the kitchen. And I had bought, I bought two legs for this, but I decided I'm just going to put one leg in. Seems to hold quite well there, and it's not overly obtrusive. There's just enough room there for two people. Take a cup of coffee or a croissant, pain au chocolat, whatever you fancy. So that's that. And then with the other half, I was able to use, which will cover the area where the washing machine is going to go in, which is on the opposite side, which is next to the sort of downstairs loo, where I've done the pipe work recently, the waste pipe and that may then, it's good use of so you've got worktops there, the oak effect, then you got the buffets, and then the far side you've got the oak effect again, which runs across where the cooker is, or cooker will be. So hopefully it ties in quite nicely. So this is the other side then. Again, I've got two legs for this, but I decided just I'll put one leg in, and it's got brackets on the wall, on the two walls, the partition wall and the old timbered wall, which is anything but square. So it's quite a large gap there, so I'll have to fill that in somewhere. I didn't want to be ripping down the back of the worktop because obviously it's got to hose the washing machine. I don't want the washing machine sticking out if I was to trim the worktop down to allow it to fit tighter into the wall. I can always put something against that just to close up that gap. And then from looking at it here, then you'd have the fridge, which would be directly in front of it as we're looking at it. So as you enter the room, you got the fridge, then you got the worktop with the washing machine underneath it, then you got the downstairs loo, then you got the cooker, the sink, and as you come round, then you got work surface, and then you got the bit of breakfast bar. So that's the kitchen progressing quite nicely. Got the panels, got the trims on recently as well. Just need to finish off the ceiling, get it painted up, and so I can get the bit of scaffolding I've got in there, the little tower I've got out the way, get the panels painted as well, and get the tiling in place. And then I can seal the floor finally and get some varnish or whatever on that. And then voila! So I found magnifique, these Scandinavian type wall lights, not wall lights, ceiling lights. Fantastic, kind of like a 1950s flying saucer. If you can remember those great sort of B movies. The minute I saw that, I thought, yes. How it worked was, I had a friend that had a credit card stock, not credit card stock, but it got stolen or whatever. And when she then went to use Amazon and sites like that online, her bank wouldn't allow it, French bank. And so she then said to me, "Well, could I buy the things?" And then she would give me the money. So I said, "Yeah, no problem at all." And one of the sites she loved was Temu. And so I ended up downloading the app. I never really used it, but then one day I was bored. I was just scrolling through. I've been looking at all sorts of different areas for lights and found these. Now, the white one's going to be for the bedrooms, the 3 bedrooms. I've got 3 white lamps, although they don't have the electric air with them, but that's not a problem. I can buy them and fit them in. And 3 orange ones, funky 1970s orange for the front room. So really, really happy with those. I just think they're fabulous. So there you go. So there'll be, obviously it's not going to be situated there as such. I'm just hanging it just so I can see what it's like. You're not going to see much cable, to be honest with you, because the ceiling in the downstairs living area is quite low anyway. So it doesn't want to be coming any lower than that main beam that runs across there. So they're only going to be a matter of a few inches of cords showing, or a few centimeters of cord showing. Actually, the cord is there on the left-hand side that you can see where it's going to get connected up. But I just really, really like these. There was one was actually slightly damaged. So I contacted Temu and they just instantly refunded the €18 that it had cost. And that's just a matter of bending it back into shape. The damage is actually on the top surface, so you won't see it when the lamp's in place. It just needs panel beating back into position, I suppose. It's a fairly easy fix. And so I've got 3 lamps for the price of 2. And the white lamps are actually slightly cheaper, but actually you don't get the wiring, so I do need to pick up 3 chunks of wiring for that. I might buy some of the retro style wiring like I used on the stairwell, just to give it even more of a funky feel. So yeah, really thrilled with those. And then just thought we'd have a bit of a pan round of how the living area is going to look. So I've got the panel in there near the front door, then I've got my window seat, then I've got my modular shelving, and as it spins round, you can see the hearth that was done recently, the new wood burner, the old wood burner it's taken out, the chimney breast that needs sealing up, get out of the way. Got the canopy still all wrapped up. The canopy was a €60 buy from a neighbour. So that will be going in on the other side. The wall still needs a bit of work to it. The left-hand side there, where I took the wood panelling down, and there again you see it's a lovely area. It's about 42 square meters, which is over X amount of square feet if you're American or you still do the imperial stuff. And then the long thin section there, I'm going to create a diorama in that of some sort of woodland scene, I think. So I've started watching YouTube videos on people that make little trees from wire and stuff. It's quite fascinating. Well, it's fascinating to a 61-year-old man. And then we'll just have a final look at my window seat, which effectively didn't cost me more than probably €1 or 2, just for the cost of the screws and a bit of electric used in cutting down the stuff. So you've got plywood panels either side, you've got the tongue and groove in front, which gives it quite a nice effect. And then the seat, hinged seat, which allows for storage inside there of whatever. There's also a power point that will be put on the left-hand side. There's also power inside the seat, which can be used for if I need an outside socket at the front of the house, or if I want to run lights or whatever. So that's that. So very, very happy with where I'm at the moment with the renovation. Hope you found this video interesting for various aspects. Please leave a comment and let me know what you think about my lights, good or bad, and please like and subscribe.